Hey, hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Charnel, and today we are doing a September TBR. All the books that I want to read in the month of September. We have 7 books. I'm trying to ease myself back into reading, but this is quite ambitious if I may say so myself. And I'll start from the top and work my way down. So the first one we have is Verity. Lowen is struggling financially as a writer, and she gets an amazing offer from what's his name? A man named Jeremy Crawford. He wants her to come in and kind of like ghostwrite his wife's Verity's work. But when she comes in, because she's injured, when she comes in and she starts going through the office, what she finds is an unfinished autobiography, and at first she tries to hide it from the husband because she's like, these would hurt him and he's already grieving for his wife, right? But then she starts to develop feelings for the husband, and she's like, well, maybe I should show him these words, because then, like, no matter how much you love your wife, like, these words are gonna hurt him. So she's trying to pull him to her. So this is one of the ones that I intend on reading for the month of September. The next one we have is Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. Macy Sorensen is setting into an ambitious, if emotionally tepid, routine. Work hard as a new pediatrics resident, plan her wedding to an older, financially secure man, keep her head down and heart tucked away. But when she runs into Elliot Petropoulos, the first and only love of her life, the careful bubble she's constructed begins to dissolve. Once upon a time, Elliot was Macy's entire world, growing from her gangly, bookish friend into a man who coaxed her heart open again, only to break it on the very night he declared his love for her. Told in alternating timelines between then and now, teenage Elliot and Macy grow from friends to much more, spending weekends and lazy summers together in a house outside San Francisco, devouring books, sharing favorite words, and talking through their growing pains and triumphs. As adults, they have become strangers to one another until their chance reunion. Although their memories are obscured by the agony of what happened that night so many years ago, Elliot will come to understand the truth behind Macy's decade-long silence, and will have to overcome the past in himself to revive her faith in the possibility of an all-consuming love. So that's Love in Other Words. And then we have A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and we have Good Girl, Bad Blood. Pretty unpopular high school senior Andy Bell was murdered by her boyfriend, Sal Singh, who then killed himself. It was all anyone could talk about, and 5 years later, Pip sees how the tragedy still haunts her town. Now a senior herself, Pip decides to re-examine the closed case for her final project, at first just to cast doubt on the original investigation. But soon she discovers a trail of dark secrets that might actually prove Sal innocent, and the fine line between past and present begins to blur. Someone in Fairview doesn't want Pip digging around for answers, and now her own life may be in danger. And then we have Good Girl, Bad Blood. Pip is not a detective anymore. With the help of Ravi Singh, she released a true crime podcast about the murder case they solved together last year. Though the podcast went viral, Pip insists that her sleuthing days are behind her. But when someone she knows goes missing, the police won't do anything, Pip has no choice but to investigate. After all, Jamie Reynolds disappeared on the very same night the town hosted a memorial for the 6-year anniversary of the deaths of Andy Bell and Sal Singh. It has to be more than a coincidence. Pip follows a trail of clues, uncovering more of her town's dark secrets along the way. And this time, everyone is listening. Will she find Jamie before it's too late? Our next one on the TBR list, the September TBR list, is Promises and Pomegranates. Elena. To most, Cal Anderson is a villain. Harbinger of death, keeper of souls, frequenter of nightmares. Dr. Death, hides incarnate. They say he stole me, usurped my fiancé, and filled the cracks in my heart with empty promises. Imprinted his crimson fingerprints on my psyche, and tried to set me free. They're not wrong, per se, Except it was my choice to stay. Cal. To most, Elena Reese is an innocent goddess of springtime, lover of poetry, angel of my nightmares. Little one, Persephone personified. They say I ruined her, shattered her virtue, and devoured her soul like a succulent pomegranate. Embedded my evil as deep as I could possibly get, and tried to set her free. They're not wrong, per se, except it was she who ruined me. And this is by Sav R. Miller. Second to last, we have Ethic by Ashley Antoinette, and this one is a spin-off of Moth to a Flame. Ethic has power, but love has always been evasive. After ordering the hit that mistakenly killed the love of his life, Ethic is haunted with guilt, and he refuses to love again. Focused on being a better man and keeping his family safe, he is raising 3 children, one of which is a defiant teenage girl, Morgan. No matter how hard he tries to keep Morgan away from the streets, she is determined to defy him. When Morgan finds herself in a vulnerable position, Ethic is pulled back into the deadly game where he was once king. And this one I'm super excited for because I read Moth to a Flame a couple years ago. And then the last one on our TBR for September is Queenie. Her boyfriend asks her to leave their apartment. Her boss doesn't seem to see her. Her Jamaican British family doesn't seem to hear her. Her best friends try but fail to help her. Queenie is in a spiral. As she careens from one questionable decision to another, she finds herself wondering, what are you doing? Why are you doing it? Who do you want to be? All the quandaries today's women must face in a world trying to answer them for her. And these, these are the 7 books on my September TBR. I'm excited to read them and to see what goes on, which ones I like the most, which ones I don't like the most. I don't know, like how I rank them at the end, like which ones I love and I'm going to be raving about for like the rest of my life, and then which ones that maybe are just meh. So I'll let you guys know, and yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.